Oh, hi.
Oh shoot! Oh my gosh!
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
I was holding my breath that whole time.
Wow, that's impressive.
You know,
Yes.
I'm scared and impressed.
That was absolutely a lie. Could you
If
tell?
they hold their breath for 10 minutes, I feel like it's Adrian.
I
Well-
would believe it.
Actually,
First
It's
you
just
have
a
to be
skill that
undead.
Adrian has.
First, you have to be undead. It's the trick.
Ah, I see.
It's the power of the hair.
Does make sense.
How are y'all doing? How y'all diddly dang doing?
And
Oh,
diddling.
you know, good.
Good. Ready for the TPK?
I mean, yeah, I've got
The
so many
vampires are
characters.
already
Let's do it.
dead, Grace.
One of
They
these
are-
sessions, I'm gonna start it that way, and then it's actually gonna happen, and then it's
And
gonna
you're
look
It'll actually
bland.
happen.
It's gonna be great.
You're just edging us with the
We-
thrill of death.
If there's one
We're
thing I know how to
tuning
do,
on
it's how
So-
to excite people with the thrill of death.
We
I thought you were gonna say kill
undeaded.
people.
So like what? So like what do now?
Don't say terminusy.
Zach, it still says tiny brushes. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. I lied.
Oh,
Don't-
Tiny Brushes is my show.
Don't
On the
listen.
Tales
No,
of-
it shouldn't. If it didn't, okay. So I will
No,
say,
It
I'm
says
silly.
if
I'm silly.
anything-
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I did.
If anything, shouldn't it say
Nope.
Terminus?
Tales of Terminus is, or Tales of
Rebooting.
Hey,
I'm going to thrash.
Shutting down.
Shutting down.
shutting down.
Rebooting.
I will say, like in all seriousness, it did that to me. I updated stream info for Nick the other night, and it lost it at some point, and it reverted back to like Tiny Brushes, and it made me panic and sad.
Have you
Very
tried
cool.
getting good?
I have not. I'm out of good boy points.
I'm out of good juice.
No.
Oh.
Is that similar to the
yes.
gooning juice?
That's
No.
correct. They're identical and the same. Yes.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Good boy, Jude.
One little announcement.
Uh-huh.
As far as stream goes, if you're watching this over on twitch.tv/HearthCoven
Hello.
we noticed there was a delay in the audio, and that will be fixed by next session. So over on HearthCoven Games channel, if you want to use Theater of the Mind,
Do it.
go do it.
Put it
You have no
put it on
choice.
and listen to it as you cook dinner, as you vacuum, as you take a poop, like the
Yeah.
classic
Actually-
stuff.
The classic 3-hour poop.
Yeah.
The 3-hour poops.
The Spotify session.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
super
this
fun
sounds-
because
this
like
sounds a lot like
you're
what I do
basically
with-
like getting the Spotify in advance.
This sounds like a lot what I do with podcasts. Is there a way to listen to Tales of Terminus in some kind of podcast form?
No, why are you fucking asking that?
Thank you so
there's a-
much for
Oh
that.
wait,
Shut the fuck up.
there
Ray.
is.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait a second.
Shut
Wait a
the fuck up. Shut
minute.
the fuck up.
Revolutionary.
Why
Dude,
the
it's
fuck
on
are you talking?
Spotify.
I'm sorry. Wait. Yes.
Sorry, I'm just practicing for the Demetrius headspace right now.
Bless you.
Who sneezed? Bless you.
I don't know who sneezed.
A
Could have been
baby.
anyone.
Somebody sneezed? What are you talking about?
It was like a.
You got it.
You better mute. You better mute. Mute yourself when you blow your
like
It's
hear that shit.
it's actually hilarious how many times throughout stream with Chris you'll just hear.
Yeah, if you don't start muting yourself, I'm going to personally go through a Tales of Terminus episode, clip every time that you blow your nose, and I'm gonna
Do
put it together. And I'm
Oh,
gonna
do
put
it
it
anyway.
Do it anyway.
Do you,
Please.
is that
You've
supposed
already
to
said it.
discourage
We need it.
Chris?
I'm gonna do it. I will do it. Mark
I
my
don't-
fucking words, Christopher. Mute yourself when you blow your goddamn nose. Jesus.
On that note, speaking of party conflict,
Oh,
jump into it.
we're jumping into it.
Oh no, my 5 head.
That's a lot of energy.
That was
Last
it was
Last
beautiful.
name, first
This
name.
is great.
Why? It's like a 3-head. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can build God in this Chili's
It's an
tonight.
I can.
There's a
Wait.
lot happening.
Question: is it called 5-head because it's like 5 fingers in depth?
It's
Is
because
that why
it's bigger
Johnny
than a
said
forehead.
3-head?
Five
Yeah,
is
it's
more
bigger
than
than a
four.
forehead.
Yeah, it's
4
bigger
is
than
the
a forehead.
normal.
If I did have a 3-head, I wouldn't be able to tell. I can't do
There
that with
are
my
more.
fingers.
There are more in 5 than there are in 4.
Well, I've just been told that I have
Do you-
one head, and
Can't
that's
do
where it
that?
counts.
How are you supposed to tell people to read between the lines?
I can't do. I mean,
So wait, is the term forehead called forehead because it's usually 4 fingers though?
No, because
I-
it's in front of your head.
It's the 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Four
four,
fronts
like the four of a
your-
boat is the front of the boat.
Oh,
Is this the 3-finger one then? Is this like?
yeah, there you go.
Zach, I think you're gonna need both hands, buddy.
I do it the European.
You're
way.
right.
No, that's called the shock head. That's a different thing.
Am I doing it right, gang?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, there we go.
Gang,
There we
gang.
go, that's-
There you go.
Oh, we almost got started.
Got started with what?
Jump into it.
Jump into it.
Great news, by the way. All ASUS routers had an issue, and that was why last Wednesday we had to stop because my internet
Nice.
trashed itself.
That's
It was
fun.
not
ASUS?
anything I
Wait.
did.
you mean
Of course,
Asus?
ASUS, yeah.
Asus.
I'd say Asus too.
Wait.
I say Asus as well.
I say ASUS.
Do you
I
say
don't know.
Asus?
I say Asus.
I'm gonna try one more.
Oh my
It's
God.
much more fun. I think I'm
Everyone
gonna
mock
transition to saying
Adrian.
that.
Wait, but I have an Asus router as well.
Speaking of Aces, how about D&D?
Yeah, D&D.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to derail.
Derail.
Last we left off,
Uh-huh.
we rejoined Koigrim in the Feywild, who had experienced the passage of 5 months. The Lord of Flowers had promised to send him back to the Soul Seekers at the conclusion of his training, stating that he would rejoin the party as if very little time had passed. Koigrim shared a tender moment with his now close friend Bale, before leaving the territory of the New Covenant and the Shiverpine Grove, and stepping out onto a battlefield to find his friends surrounded by 6 vampiric creatures. The Soul Seekers, now reunited, cut the creatures down one by one until only one remained, which Quinn began to subdue using his diplomacy, hoping to perhaps question it, only for Demetrius to shoot and kill it once it stopped fighting back. It is here, in the immediate aftermath of this battle, that we rejoin the Soul Seekers. So, as quiet falls around you, the sounds of the night picking back up, the moon kind of casts a dull wash of light in places around this town that surrounds you. Koigrim the creature is limp in your arms. What do you all do?
All gently, just kind of like bring the body to the ground. Yeah. And then kind of like pick up some like rake my fingers through some grass to get like a nice clump and start like rubbing the blood and viscera like off my arms from where his head got blown off.
Easy to do.
I was kind of looking at the rest of the group. Demetrius will just turn and says, "We've already lost a lot of time. Let's keep moving." And he's going to turn and basically head. I believe we were heading.
We were sleeping.
West?
We were in the middle of sleeping.
You were in the
dog.
middle of your long rest, which you have not completed.
I thought that we kept someone alive.
Yeah,
That's the
Well,
thing.
That's the plan.
Well,
Demetrius
the
chose
thing
to.
about that.
We were going to.
As stated in the
Demetrius had
recap.
their own plan.
As Quinn doesn't respond to Demetrius, and instead just goes over to Koigrim and starts using prestidigitation to help clean him up a little bit. I believe
Thank you.
there was mention of a plume of smoke to the west.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Fable spotted, or it was to the east. A trail of smoke rises from the other end of the island.
Kind of closer to the
Quinn-
coast on the opposite side.
Quinn's just gonna look up. We should probably finish our rest.
Demetrius will just turn and look at Quinn, kind of raise an eyebrow, be like, "We've already rested enough. Don't you want to find your friend?"
Did we complete the long rest, or we didn't complete it, right? No.
No, we did.
Demetrius is the middle of the night.
All right.
Especially if these are night creatures. I just think it would be. Yeah, I think it's best that we wait till the morning, if anything.
Fine.
Oh, that's right for all of you. It's been... How long has it been since you last saw me?
5
Ow.
hours?
Well,
Less than a day.
I was in the Feywild for 5 months.
While we're talking about this, May is just gonna like search over all the people, and we're also gonna look at their teepees
Sure.
TVs.
just in the background while we're talking, and then I'll roll later.
I don't suppose any of you had time to miss me, but I missed all of you.
That's good. It's good to hear, friend. What did you learn? You seem different.
Well, it's hard to say. I don't want to keep everyone awake if you all need sleep.
Well, I'm sure it'll take a moment to settle down.
It'd be like a bedtime story.
Sure. When you left, to go, I guess, here. Where is here, by the way?
It doesn't really have a name. It's just, or does it have a name, Grace?
Not that
think
you
it does.
know.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a name. It's just the island in between the continents.
Was it, in the red,
Yeah,
part?
the Chlorette Strait.
I could see it, when I came across. Okay, interesting. My deal with with the new covenant, the promise that I made, kind of took form, I suppose. I felt about as apprehensive as you all did, I think. But spending some time with them, I don't know that it's a nefarious venture. It is a little strange. But, they're good folks. I learned a lot about, myself, I suppose. When I used to tap into that,
He looks at his hands.
to the creature that I turn into. It used to be a very detached thing. And, I began to fear that I would one day hurt my friends. I don't feel that way anymore. And tapping into that power is intentional. On purpose.
Just for the record, Koigrim sounds like noticeably more fluid. Like his speech has like definitely changed from like the stuttering that we would get at the beginning to this just like smooth kind of train of thought.
Yeah, it was good. I learned how to meditate and to strike hard, but not quite as hard as I used to. But in more important places, I suppose. It's good. It's nice.
Would
And-
you like to also describe how
I was-
Quackrum
yeah.
looks? Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, as he's kind of like talking about all of this, and we're all able to like take him in for a minute. He seems to have like small, like almost freckles that have started to like appear, dusting like his shoulders in almost like a vitiligo kind of way, but it's not a lack of pigmentation. It's actually like an approach towards maybe like a dark green or a foresty kind of a green. So the natural like bronzish that he has is kind of mixing with this darker green that kind of peppers his shoulders. Obviously his eyes are that pale pink. He seems much more loose, like much more open in mannerism. His furs and things like that have become interwoven with like moss and flowers and things like that budding. And where he would usually have like furs and skins from the waist down, he now has like a deep green and bronze colored fabric sash that kind of comes down. And his boots are no longer like furred; they're cloth. And he seems more comfortable. The roughness has kind of been sanded down a little bit, we'll say.
How long did you say it had been for you? 5 months?
5 months. I was actually very scared that time would pass the way it had. When we were all there, you know, like it had been a few days for us in the Feywild, but apparently it had been weeks back home. And at the end of the first week, I was very anxious to come back, and Bale sat me down and told me more about the Lord of Flowers' power and how he could return me to you much, much sooner than I had thought.
Flower power.
I mean, 5 months still
Essentially.
seems like a long time.
But it wasn't for us. That's what he means.
Hmm.
Every day we spent there was like a week here. But for Koigrim, who spent months, it was only a matter of hours here.
Hmm.
Do you think there's a chance? Oh, I was going to say, do you think maybe the portals are just portals in time instead of between realms?
Well, actually, space and time are the same, but actually...
You turned into an
Take it
intellectual.
Dude, I saw that on a
Actually.
YouTube short like a few months ago and it fucking ruptured my brain.
Bargrim kind of like just shrugs. He goes,
I really don't know how it works, and whenever I try to ask, the Lord kind of, he got that distant look where he was like, it is too much to explain. Yeah.
Good. That's a good.
Cloakern, did you just do an impression?
That's a good impression. Yeah.
I was around the man for for 5 months.
Person.
Being.
I think person, right?
I think a being.
Entity?
Definitely
Sentient?
something much more powerful than actually I think any of us at the moment.
Sure.
I'm really glad that we didn't end up fighting them or them.
I'm
because
But
it wouldn't
they-
have gone well.
He
That's okay.
didn't explain to you the limits of this power. Obviously, in a way, he sent you to the past.
Sort of. He talked about time like threads of cloth, and I don't quite understand how it works. I think even Bale was not really at the same kind of understanding that the Lord of Flowers is. Anyway, so yes, if I'm honest, it became difficult to leave. Not because they were convincing or enticing or persuasive, but because it was a place of relative peace as compared to the world that we all live in. And it's tiring at times. So I felt that starting to grow, and I became adamant that I needed to come back as soon as possible. And that was around 4.5 months. So
Took you a whole month to be convinced to go as soon as possible? If it's been 5 months
No.
and you said at 4.5 months is when you realized you should probably go and you waited another fortnight?
As much as I wanted to return, I think I worry that I am not enough. So, I wanted to make sure that I was, at least as much as I could.
Well,
I do feel kind of guilty, actually, for staying so long. Even though no time has passed here.
Also, you don't have to feel guilty about anything. You literally gave your life for someone that you didn't know. So maybe don't do that. Maybe stop. And Celine will like go up to him and like playfully like bap his chest and like squint her eyes at him. No, don't.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
did they offer you any knowledge about your wife?
Fiance.
I think most of my understanding of what may have happened to her came as I learned about how Terminus travels. It moves through the plains, and it's very likely that she and the rest of my people were deposited somewhere. Why I wasn't, I don't know why. But I can maybe talk to you, Mary, or someone who is magically inclined who could maybe determine where in the sea of places we were on the day that my people vanished. I don't know how. I have no idea how you would determine how an entire world, where it is in. It's so much to explain. I feel. I don't even fully comprehend it. Anyway. Later, you were, I have to worry about things, other things for now, yeah.
Sleep.
we should probably get back to resting.
I'm checking these bad boys.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say loot. I would say that Rocky probably would have been like half paying attention to the conversation, but like following, kind of meandering in a circle around that conversation while watching and helping May do some looting.
Sure. Okay, May make an investigation check with advantage.
Yeah. 19.
So, one common thread between all of these beings is that their clothes are very like tattered and dirt smeared, kind of minimal. You do lift up the lips and check the teeth, and they do have very sharp, pointed teeth. All of them. What you also find with a 19, in certain places under the clothes, all of these beings are carrying underneath their clothes either like with a level of like decadence that doesn't look like it would be on their person given like their tattered clothes. There's like red velvet either like pouches or sashes with pockets. One has like a sash around like their upper thigh. Another one has like a red velvet
Cake?
a red velvet cake. An entire red velvet cake underneath their tunic.
A little cheese.
What a great treat.
Some cream cheese.
I mean, you want to know what makes the red velvet in this game? Made the blood.
It's blood, baby.
Blood.
But all of these things, the only thing that is like of some monetary value, one of them just has straight up 2 platinum pieces.
Oh, money.
In another, there is like a tightly bundled, what looks to be maybe just little collection of like baby hair. In another one, there is a drawing of a man. Just like a rough like pencil drawing, like a sketch.
Is it on a man? Is it on a man-shaped person?
Yes.
Oh, spicy.
The person that had the 2 platinum pieces, is there anything distinct about them?
From the others, go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. I will do that as soon as
Rocky
I
puts
stop
the platinum
adding
pieces
the
in the. Oh.
Oh,
CFO.
do
CFO.
you think that you would get those?
I feel like you would pull them out and Rocky would be like, "Oh, perfect," and then just take them right from your hand.
Well, I think that is actually fair. I think that like May would just not even be expecting that. Okay, what am I doing? Insight?
Yeah.
I had to unadd them from my inventory.
Rocky, like muttering the whole time too,
11.
would be like, "Perfect, I can buy her another dress."
Not particularly. Her nails are painted.
Yeah, I should have just asked. Are they a dwarf?
No,
Okay.
they're not a dwarf.
Okay. Okay. All these happen to be red.
Yes. And they're
I'll
all
put-
clean, whereas like the rest of their clothes are like dirt smeared, torn, tattered. Very, very dirty.
I'll point that out to the group and say these were given to them, maybe. A part of
Do
being.
the red pieces of clothing, garments, sashes, do they look familiar to Demetrius?
I want to make sure I understand fully what you're asking. If it's a secret,
Has
you can
he
DM it to
seen
me.
them before? I'm sorry, say that again. Has he? what?
If it's a question that's a secret, you can DM me. It does resemble
Okay, I can just DM you.
something. I want to make sure that I
Okay.
understand what you're
All right.
asking.
Yeah. No worries. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yes, and I will DM you why.
I don't like that.
Quite interesting.
It resembles something. There's a lot of. Well,
Secret.
Yeah, there's secrets.
Secret.
Carry on. You don't.
But it's too like they're too fine to like kind of. It doesn't seem like a Wayfarer's thing, is that right?
Correct.
Yeah.
The
I will
answer is
go
yes.
Pick up my stuff
Okay.
that I shucked the moment that I walked
Okay,
through the
cool.
portal.
Stand by.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
I realized there were two.
I was
things there.
about to start speaking. I was
Two
like, wait.
opposites.
I hate secrets.
You see Demetrius go over after May points this out about the like sashes and the red velvet. Demetrius just kind of goes to the one he like basically shot in the head and like pull off like the red garment in his mechanical hand and just like hold it for a second before tossing it away and just like turns and goes and like basically lays back down to where he was previously in our rest that I thought I had finished.
Did you hit
This
the
is-
button?
This is the
I
dome,
didn't hit
right?
the button. I don't think so, at least. No, I didn't. I'm missing health. Oh, I'm actually missing a good amount of health.
Okay.
It's fine.
Johnny had something. Sorry.
Is it y'all were sleeping in the dome?
Yeah, we had been in the dome.
When you cast the spell is when you decide who gets to come in?
Right.
Cool. Qui-Gon will just start like setting up his stuff outside.
I
The
think it
dome
would've-
is no longer
I think
there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the dome is no
Thank
longer
you.
there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Also,
Had to come-
anyone that's just around in this area and is vaguely aware of paying attention to your surroundings, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh,
jump
you
in on
know we're feeling
Well, goddamn it.
perceptive.
Oh, whoa.
I
Whoa!
Ooh, Quinn!
Oh no!
Oh.
Vernal shift.
Wow.
No.
Rocky is too busy thinking about the dress they want to commission for May with that plaid.
Quinn is hyper aware right now.
Yeah.
I'm so perceptive.
Stop buying me dresses. I need paper.
I need paper.
We're all so perceptive. We're all a bunch of perceptive babies.
Good rolls on this one. Quinn,
Except Rocky.
Celine, Demetrius, and Koigrim.
Too busy being gay.
Quinn, your eyes go right to it. Perhaps it is the familiarity of the word. But in the ruins of the town that are around you, you do see like a faded sign just kind of half in the grass that appears to say Dom. D-A-H-M. And the rest of you, you other three, see the sign in the grass as well.
Oh. What's it mean?
It looks like it was perhaps like a sign that was at one point upright that has kind of been like knocked, blown over, or something like that.
Oh.
Are there other pieces nearby?
If you want to look for it, go ahead and
Sure.
make an investigation or perception check, whichever you prefer.
Another perception sounds like.
I'll
Are
No
you,
shot.
Are you
That's
actually
a single
fucking
shot.
my whole ass? Like what?
Wow.
What does
Wow.
it mean when it's green and the number's high?
I'll tell you what it means. It means you've done
You
good,
spoke too
kid.
much grass.
Like yourself.
It's green for grass. It's your favorite
Green
terrain
for
right now.
Hell yeah.
You walk over to the sign and you're kind of like looking over it, and just a few feet away, again, just the focus of like what's going on and what you're here to do. It looks like the top half of the sign says "Welcome to."
While Quinn is like doing that, watching Demetrius just like melodramatically like clinch this piece of cloth and throw it into the dirt. Demetrius, do you want to share anything?
Mm,
Demetrius kind of ignores May and actually goes over to Iris and like kind of crouches down and like kind of just like that kind of like trying to think how when you get like that sort of like trauma response of just like you just leave, you like completely disassociate, and he like reaches to go and kind of just like absentmindedly pet Iris, and he notices his like mechanical arm is like shaking, like trembling, before he kind of like works it.
She wraps her neck, kind of like drapes her neck over your shoulder in like a horse hug kind of way, and just breathes on your back.
He's going to say to her in Draconic, I don't want to be here.
We can go. What's going on?
Will Celine I think Celine was watching him. You know what? I think I've decided.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
I'll never tell.
Have I ever seen my dad have PTSD? Yeah.
Look at that. We rolling great today. That's really weird that we both rolled 26s and I also just rolled 19 twice. Computer.
And there's
Interesting.
2 23s. Jeez.
Oh my god.
I also got like 2 11s in a row.
My rolls are gonna be like
no.
that too.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Okay.
Wait,
I hope
please
not.
stop.
Yeah,
So,
you see a slight shake in his arm as he
Sure.
hugs to meet Iris.
Celine will go up to him and kind of take his regular hand and give him a squeeze and just be like,
There's like, as soon as you touch him, there's like a definitive like, he almost like turns around and like lays into you before he like stops seeing you
I
and then
don't
just kind of
flinch.
relaxes.
Whenever that happened, Celine does not flinch at all. Like she would have just taken it. And she just looks at him and like puts her hand on his shoulder and is like, is everything okay?
Everything's fine. See to the others. Make sure there's nothing else out there. Don't let anything sneak up on us.
Celine will switch to Infernal and just be like, you can't bullshit a bullshitter, old man. What's got you spooked?
Switching over to Infernal, says, these sashes that you saw, the red, as he kind of like looks over towards the one he threw on the ground. These are the people that are responsible for doing this to me. As he kind of gestures towards all of the mechanical sides, all the scars, his missing eye.
Who are they?
I don't know. But whoever they are, I don't want you all here.
Well, I'm right where I want to be. So we've
This
got your
place, there's something horribly wrong with this place.
back. Well, hopefully we'll be in and out.
I don't think we are. This place, it used to be known as Mo. This place should have been dead long ago.
Wow.
Yes, Johnny.
Is this a forested kind of an area, or is it just like grassland?
It is grassland here. There is. I mean,
Okay.
I guess it's nighttime, so never mind. But
Well, to the best of Corgrim's ability, he'll like go to where everyone was like probably setting up and sleeping and stuff like that, and he'll kind of set his stuff down, and then he'll grab like a small, simple like hatchet that he has, and he will start going around to like the wooded, decayed ruins of stuff and start chopping away stakes of wood, bring them back, put them through the hearts of each of the vampires, and then begin to dig graves.
wonderful.
I'm pretty sure I left in the morning after I woke up, and so Koigrim is not sleepy.
Yeah, fair. Make a perception check as you do this.
Sure.
Another 23. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not this time.
as you're walking around to like some of these decayed houses and things, you see what I think I can best describe as like the bones of a lot of instruments. There are coiled wire that you can kind of recognize as like lyre strings. There are blown out like hand drums. There's like a cracked violin with like the neck snapped off. You see a weird amount of instruments around here.
I will just kind of call out over my shoulder.
Quinn,
Yeah.
Would you-
Quinn's still kind of kneeling by the sign.
would you come here for a moment?
Sure. He gets up and walks over.
Just points at the pile of discarded instruments.
Yeah, I'm beginning to put together what this place is. I think. Grace, the sign, was the sign in one piece or was it in was it broken up?
It looks like it was broken in places.
Okay. And you said the other pieces weren't like around or anything like that?
There was it looks like it's just a post, and then looks like there's a place for the sign to hang. You saw the top part that said welcome to had like two little holes in it, like it could be hanging in the post. It looks like hole, it says welcome to Dom.
Welcome to Dom. So I point to the sign. My group, the bards that I run with, they're called the Damerkog. I think this town was for them, us. Or
Are you
I don't know.
okay?
Yeah, I don't have any connection to this place, not in my memory. So I don't know, but there's a reason it's here, and there's a reason they brought the members of the Damerkog here. And I'm beginning to think the Damerkog aren't like a group as much as they are whoever used to live here. There's a history book I have, the first of the Damerkog. He made the instruments, and he was connected to law, the god, the word bearers. They were part of the same group. The word bearers believe that the word of law is important, but this guy, he believed that it was a song.
I wish I understood more.
Herfrock Arkog. Arkog?
Yep. Hethrog Arkog.
Herfrock Arkog. He's from Zinazar.
Okay. Is this someone that we need to fear?
Oh, this was a long time ago.
Well, if if you're talking about the creature that made your lute, right? That's a powerful bit of magic. I don't really know the limits on magic, but someone who could make artifacts of this kind of power might... I don't know. Time is really weird for me now.
Yeah, do you get Celine will like turn around, like just going in and out of conversations and just being like, yeah, do you have like time space jet lag? Like how does that work?
It does feel like it's around mid-morning for you.
It feels like it's noon right now for me. So definitely not sleepy, which is why I was poking around and But you all should probably get some sleep eventually.
We will soon. When? Did you just say that the Damarcog, were they here? Did you know of them being here?
No, the only thing I have is the sign.
And like more instruments than we can count.
Yeah, that's where I found this. I hold up the dingy loot that I have.
Demetrius would like to take the loot. How to word this? He would like to inspect the loot, what remains of it. Is there any...
Are you taking the loot from Quinn, or are you... picking up
If
one of the broken
he'll
ones?
let me, I'm not forcibly taking it. I just want...
The dingy one?
Yeah, the dingy one, not your Mac Daddy.
Yeah. I think the only thing is he gives it up, but I think the only thing is when you reach for it, he like instinctively pulls back for a second before he hands it over.
Demetrius doesn't even remark on that as he's going to take it and look over it. Is there anything... trying to figure out how to word it. Is there any scarring or damage to the loot that would be indicative of something I'm familiar with? I'm trying to say this without like spoiling things I know. Is there anything...
remnants of ash on the back. This is remarkably not broken somehow. But it looks like it was pulled from a pile of rubble because it was.
Sure. Okay. Demetrius is going to just kind of like look it over. Quinn, how much do you know about the Damarcog?
Not an incredible amount. I was only just inducted into the ranks in the last year.
How long have they been around?
Since the beginning. I think they're older than the word bearers.
I think the Damarcog are the word bearers.
They're connected.
I think they're very directly connected. Perhaps a splinter group.
Yeah. I was thinking something similar. I just didn't want to really say it.
This island that we're on is called Mo. This... one of my co-workers, let's call them. They came here to eliminate all signs of word bearers from this island after their fall. After the destruction at Neon. The people that I worked for were seeking the utter extermination and destruction of the word bearers. And I was but one of many tools in that process.
Were you here?
No, but I knew of this place. I was elsewhere.
Where?
On my
Since
ship.
you're sudden... Oh. For the
Where
same
I-
task?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
For the same task?
Not for the same task, but similar objectives. It is imperative that the word bearers see no more power.
Do you think
Between them and Moonfall, Terminus has seen enough destruction.
Are you trying to imply that I'm one of them?
No, I'm asking you, are you one of them?
I am a member of the Damarcog, yes.
And how much do you know about them? How much do you trust them?
I trust them implicitly.
Wait. This is difficult to describe, but I was very good friends with a couple of people who were maybe guards in one of the previous cities I was in. But I disagreed deeply with how the guard was run. They were a large amount of them were abusive and mean. The ones that I knew were very kind. Is there a possibility that that's the case?
Pause real quick. I'm just saying this because I'm on the Hearth Coven Games channel and I keep seeing Zach move his mouse, and every time he moves his mouse, names pop up. So for the people that currently have all of their government information up on their Zoom, if you want to
That's okay.
change that, you probably should.
Nope.
I mean,
Mine is literally my stream name.
Okay.
All good.
Just wanted to put that out there.
Good catch.
let me add my social on here real quick. Actually,
Yeah.
if somebody wants
it's
to,
just your names. It's not
if somebody wants to take the pilot seat on my identity, please do it.
fucking same. Anyway,
You may have my credit. It's great.
Demetrius will look at Koigram and just kind of get a bit of a frustrated, but like a parent look, the very frustrated parent look.
Sure,
and be like,
yeah.
and be like, it's not a matter of tolerating each other's different ideologies. I have no qualms with Quinn or this Damarcog innately, but if the Damarcog are the word bearers, then I do. If their tenets are the same, then I do. The word bearers are responsible for tearing Terminus nearly in half.
Who are they?
The word bearers they're an ancient order from early in Terminus's history. They were a group who were directly in service to the god Law. When Law didn't get his way, he decided that he was going to unleash a horde of demons onto Terminus, the repercussions of which we are still dealing with today.
The demon event, that's something that I do know about, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because it would have affected my folks.
You probably did hear stories of
Okay.
the massacre at Balak.
The word bearers weren't the people who did it. They were the first victims.
Okay. Then what? Demetrius, why would they be just people that you disagree with then?
Demetrius is just looking at Quinn now, like, would you care to expand on that?
Are we like participating in historical revisionism? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
No, they were there, but they weren't.
Yes, and they led the armies against Lyric.
They were. I don't know. I don't want to speak for. I don't want to speak for people from, hundreds of years ago. I'm not. Here's what I can tell you. The Damarcog aren't the kind of people who would release demons onto Terminus. They are people who are here to help.
Oh,
When I trust you, If that's what you say the Damakog are, then I take your word for it.
That sounds like a bunch of barnacles.
But what I will say is that I've seen firsthand the damage the word bearers can cause. And if your group is associated with them, I worry.
You were trying to eliminate them.
Indeed I was. And I stand by that.
So
But
how
I
do you
wasn't
know
trying to
this?
eliminate the Damakog.
But what do you mean firsthand? How long since the word bearers have done anything?
Word bearers have... The echoes of their actions have been seen throughout Terminus to this very day.
But isn't what Quinn's saying that wasn't necessarily the word bearers themselves? It was law. Is that
The word bearers followed the law.
okay?
That is true.
And do we condemn every soldier who follows an unjust king?
Oh,
How many soldiers have fell on the defense of I was just following orders? Everyone has a choice.
Koigram kind of like looks really deeply at Demetrius for a moment. And he goes,
and you would know.
I would know. We all have a choice.
This is heavy, gang. And it's also really weird hearing Chris make these arguments. Knowing who he is as a person.
Whose orders are you on, Demetrius?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Whose orders are you on?
I'm on no one's orders as of now. As far as Moralbach is aware, I'm dead.
But what about before Meralbach?
There was nothing before Moralbach. I've only ever served her.
So, your co-worker, as you said, was
Yes.
also with Meralbach?
Could say that, yes.
Could say it, but would I? Would you?
I would say that. I'm not entirely familiar with them. I only have reports. There's a strong chance I've never even met them.
Koigram kind of like looks at everyone, and kind of notices like the little bits of bags under everyone's eyes that are kind of lingering, and will kind of go,
This is important discussion that can happen after a good night's sleep, I think.
I agree. Celine's like not even really standing anymore. She's kind of using her tail as like a
kickstand.
She's
as,
tripoding
yeah,
it.
as a kickstand, yeah.
Quinn's just gonna walk off and find his bedroll.
Alright. Do you all mostly just settle in?
I return to staking and burying vampires.
Cool.
May's gonna just give an exasperated and we're gonna just fucking plop down and start casting the bubble.
The booble. Michael Booble. Michael Bublé.
Demetrius. As people are kind of scattering, there's a little crackling in the brain as a voice comes through. Hey, Dad. Mom's back. Well, I hope you're okay. She's sick. More or less passed out when she appeared here. Hasn't said too much. Everyone's confident, though, that she just has to... Well, she looked in a bad way. But she'll sleep it off and she'll be fine.
Demetrius, as soon as he hears this, he's going to turn and start walking away from the group until he's at least decently confident no one's around. So I say, "Hey, sweetheart, how are you? It's good to hear your voice. You might have guessed there was a bit of trouble, but you and your mother are safe now, and well, I'm gonna need you to be a big, strong girl that I know that you are. There's gonna be, I'm sure, a lot of things your mother's gonna be upset at, and she has every right to be. She's a strong woman. She's got her. Just know that everything I've ever done, everything I do and ever will do, is for you all, because I love you all so goddamn much.
I love you too, Dad. Can I ask you something important?
You can, of course, honey.
When you found out I was missing, and Mama was missing, what'd you do?
Well, I spent many weeks trying to get back home to Malbach. And then I came back home. And when I got back, everything was burned down. And I was told that, well, about a third of the city had been killed. People died and got burned up, and there's no evidence of y'all, so I just, I thought I'd lost y'all. And I got pretty low. I got very low, but fortunately I had some friends that I was able to lean on. And soon I found out, a few months later, that you had been spotted, and I've been on your trail ever since. Then I've learned you were safe in Asteria, and I picked up the trail with your mama, and I kept going. I did everything I could to make sure you all right.
When you were low, you leaned on your friends.
I did. More time.
I'm just trying to figure out how to help Mama. I'll tell her that. But you'll come back, right? Once you're done?
Yeah. I'll come back.
Make a charisma check of your choice.
Oh. Charisma check of my choice. You know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh God, here's the natural 20. Oh, okay.
Hang on.
Well,
My daughter's not charismatic. Wait,
You
she's
don't
not
know that.
insightful.
She needs to be wise.
She doesn't need to be. No, she's not wise.
Since you started urging her to start practicing magic, she may be a little bit more
No,
than she was.
she's a charisma caster. Intelligence.
There is several moments of silence. And then nothing.
Oh.
Demetrius is going to sit there for a moment. Like, entire body numb, tears starting to well up in his eyes. As he just reaches up, takes the earring sending stone out of his ear, and he throws it as hard as he can off into the field.
All right. As this is happening, Quinn, as you find your bedroll,
Win here.
you too feel a connection kind of snap into place in your mind. Hey, Quinny. Just checking on your progress. Looks like Zilly was nabbed, so it's you and me now. Let me know what's up, killer. It is Ostenar.
Yeah.
Ostenar Ethos.
Hello, Ostenar.
That was a good Chris impression.
Hello, Ostenar. It's good. Where are you? I'm on the island where everyone else is. Been trying to stay in touch. How many I got left?
5.
Please respond quickly. Thanks. Thanks, bye.
Thanks, Mark.
Oh, can he? Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard this fucking guy.
The island. You mean the island where everyone's taken captive? I'm here too.
Oh.
Out on the what is this? Eastern side. Where are you?
Do I know where we are in like relation to the whole thing?
Make a nature or survival check.
Oh God.
You know that you went inland.
I will do survival because Quinn's a dum-dum.
Not bad.
All right. We were heading west, correct?
I believe you were heading north.
Yeah. Yep.
You were heading
were-
like towards the. You were heading towards
the
this
center.
place, Dom.
Directions are hard.
You are on like the southeastern, or I'm sorry, the southwestern. Oh, I'm sorry. He misspoke. he would have
Okay.
told you he is on the western side. You are on the southeastern side.
Gotcha.
Now more towards the center, but
So wait, so was the
You mean
smoke that we saw
central?
was on east or west?
it was on west.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
that's okay.
You mean the famous direction Central?
West?
Yeah,
Cool.
Middle Jersey.
Central Jersey?
Central Democog.
North is a direction you go. Central is a place you end up. Okay. Were you the big plume of smoke off to the west? We are in a town. It looks like the town was called Damercog or something like that. I'm not sure, or just Dom. I don't know. We're towards the center. The secret to winning at sending is to just say it real fast so nobody has time to count.
I mean, shit, you're right though.
I'm pretty sure I was well under though.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Have a fire going. Got some meat. It's a nice little party of one here. Am I coming to you? Or vice versa?
Would probably be easier. I think we're close. Also, are we word bearers? Word bearers? Don't know if that's one word or two. Word bears.
Word bears. Oh, word bears. We love those guys. They're much more lovable now. They're just some buddies. They're just bears.
Going through a lot. Please be cool. We will send a signal tomorrow morning.
I'm always
are
cool.
Famously not cool.
Like, the coolest.
Is not a word. Take the out of there.
Well,
it doesn't count.
There are copious amounts of throughout this.
Mhm.
I'll see you in the morning. We'll compare notes. Word bearers. Well, actually, I don't really know. We'll see. Not Quinny.
Night, friend. I'm glad you're here. Did you make sure you use a different instrument? That's the last thing I say.
Awesome.
I'm just gonna real
Are
quick.
you like in the vicinity of the bubble when you're responding to that?
I'm in the bubble. I'd be in the bubble. I just gotta look. Is everyone just like awake from me answering my very loud phone
Yeah,
call?
we're just staring at you.
Sorry. Ostenar is here. One of the other Damercog. He's gonna meet us in the morning. Do we have a way to like send a signal to like show where we're at?
Wouldn't that be
Quagrim.
really bad?
Not during the day if they're vampires,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's fine.
Well, are they all gonna be vampires though?
I don't know.
Quagrim kind of like finishes piling dirt onto like one of the shallow graves. Kind of looks over. He goes,
I could just run and get him.
Oh,
You're
Is
all
he-
sleeping. I'm not.
I mean, is that big plume of smoke still over there?
Yeah. It's not the biggest, it's just like a little trail. It looks like a cook fire or
A
something
campfire.
like that.
I
We
mean, if
can
you're
start
able to-
the fire of our own.
I mean, if you're able to make it, Koigrim, he's just right over there.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Koigrim,
Do
go
you-
ahead and make a survival check, just eyeing the plume of smoke.
Sure.
I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration.
We could
Good.
make our own fire.
Is it D8?
We could, but if we can get him over here tonight, that's better, I think.
14 total.
It's a D. I think it's a D8.
Yeah.
It's a D8.
Sick.
A 14. It looks like it is like a full day's walk. If you run the whole thing, maybe 6 hours as
So-
opposed to 12.
Full day's walk. You're talking that's with a 30-foot speed.
Yeah.
I've got a 45-foot speed.
Ooh. You could, if you run, make it in 4 hours, but you'd have to run for 4 hours
To get there and back, or just
to get there.
Oh boy.
Big island.
He like eyes it and he goes,
Are they alone?
Yes.
That's not good. I should go.
He's actually a very powerful bard. I think he's okay.
Is he like you?
very pointedly like, is he non-violent?
I don't know. He'll fight. He fights.
It's
I
just
think-
a really big beacon for where he is.
Yeah, he's not the brightest. He's a bit much. He's good though. He's a good guy.
If I ran, I could make it there in 4 hours. By
I
that
don't
time,
think-
you all would probably be finishing your rest, and we could be making our way back here. And he wouldn't be making it alone.
Could you run to him and then we could meet you
Halfway,
tomorrow?
sure.
Just so that way he knows that it's just so he's not alone. Maybe you can meet him and vouch for him, I guess.
This is kind of a small thing, I guess, but would you all be able to kind of take care of my stuff? It's easier to run without all of the junk.
I'll carry it since you're
Sure.
helping me.
Well, I
Nice.
mean, we could just, and like Rocky pulls out the bag of holding. Shove it in here.
Oh, that's actually super
That's-
helpful, yeah.
But that's a small.
It can
How
hold like
would you fit-
500 pounds. And
It-
Rocky like pulls it open and like shoves their whole arm in and like moves some things around. Okay, perfect. Just put it in.
Witchcraft.
The lantern of revealing, I think he will keep on his person.
Okay.
But everything else, like all of his like cooking stuff, his spices, like fresh bread that's been packed up, small axe stuff and you know, survival things. He specifically takes out like a small woven like jar, and like shows it to everyone and goes,
These are good berries. If you need them, they're here.
Do you
He
hand
puts it-
over also the good berry that Vanon gave you?
no.
Okay.
Nope, that one's mine.
Cool.
Just woven into my furs and my moss.
Fires and moss.
Quinn, why are you just now hearing from this person?
Well, I was trying to focus my attention on the people who are captured, and from what I understood, Ostenar was safe. I think he found out what happened and is trying to do the same thing we're trying to do and rescue them. It's just me and him left.
Don't you think that would be dangerous if they're seeking you all out for you both to be in the same place together?
I didn't think he would be coming, but I think the extra hands will be helpful.
It just feels kind of coincidental.
Do you think it's a trap?
Do you think he's a spy?
I send a message to Ostenar.
Okay.
Where are you right now? That's all I say.
I'm well, There's a pause. I'm in the ruins of what looks like some village. Haven't found too much, but I'm on the western shore, near it.
I'm gonna cast it again. Were we talking earlier?
Is that all you said?
Yeah.
What, like, just now? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What, you mean like a minute ago? Just now?
You mean when you just messaged me? Just now? Yeah. You just messaged me.
Like just
Yeah.
now.
Zilly went missing. And, as I started my investigation, figured it'd be, prudent to contact you.
I'm gonna cast it one more time. This is my last sending. Just wanted to make sure friends got suspicious. Someone should be coming by soon to meet you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Suspicious. I'm gentle as a lamb. You know me. Quinn, Nee. Sounds good. I'll, get my stuff together. See you soon.
And then Quinn will try to go to sleep.
Okay.
In the case that we don't meet up,
Just like as he's trying to like bed down, he's like, wait.
I'm just like, what's up? What's up?
if I don't show up to the midway point within 30 minutes, send me a message if you can.
Okay. I have an extra slot. I just told him I didn't have any more.
I don't understand how any of that works. So
Okay. I can't. I'll be able to.
I like the idea that like Quinn has just like really gamified it in his head. He's like, I've got slots, I've got, you know.
Quinn was trained in a
one.
college. If anyone
Yeah.
could think of it that way, I would think Quinn would.
He's got spoons.
They're called spoons.
We will, before heading out, I will actually take the time to like meditate over each of the graves of the vampires and just try and channel some of the new covenant, the Shiverpine Grove, specifically planting a seed on each of the bodies.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a D100.
Wild magic surge.
You turn into a potted plant.
You joined the grove sooner than you thought.
Oh God.
The grove joins
Jeez.
you.
All right. What is your level again?
9.
Oh,
All right, shit. You do
Pseudo
this.
divine intervention, baby.
oh my god.
The world around you in the way that you're familiar with, having trained with Bale and with the other dryads in the grove, the world around you kind of darkens in a comforting way, and as your eyes close and your vision blacks out, your mind becomes alive to the ground beneath you, to the nature around you, to the air above you, to the night that surrounds you. And it's like golden threads connecting all of the roots of all the trees on this island that just gleam in your mind. All the grass, just this web that extends out below from where you're sitting. And in front of you, these 6 graves, there is this writhing mass that's angry and hurting and confused and panicked. And as you plant the seeds, your hands kind of carefully, tenderly touching them, the threads of shadow that are so tangled under the ground, under your hands, begin to loosen until they've completely unraveled and no shadow is left. There are only the golden threads that once again reconnect with everything else around it. And as you open your eyes, there are 6 saplings which look much farther along in their growth than would a tree planted minutes ago.
Good.
The voices that had kind of filtered in make their exit.
Tapping just as that's kind of ending, I'll put. This probably sounds really hokey. I'm gonna put the intention into the last few moments, touching and gliding along those golden threads. Please watch me as I go, so that I may reach my destination safely. And then he'll stand, kind of like look at everyone bedding down, and kind of like,
Okay.
and start just jogging, a healthy jog toward the column of a little bit of smoke.
Beautiful. As you jog, it almost is like the ground rises to meet you, to propel you forward. You make it there a good half hour before you anticipated. One last thing before we take our bio break. Make a perception check as you run.
You spot the vampires chasing you.
The double, like the reflection of eyes just following. Oh god.
As you run, you notice a few things just about the nature around you. You see snakes kind of slithering into their holes in the grass. You hear crickets chirping. There aren't really fireflies here, but you do hear like just general insects everywhere. Off to your west as you're running, you do see kind of the coastline where it tapers off. A bit difficult to see the color of the water here. And off to the other side, you do see the distant tree line. Ahead of you, you see the single kind of column of smoke, and as you get closer, there is general shapes of ruined buildings. You also hear, just kind of in the distance, all around, the screeching of bats.
Freaking bats.
And I think as you make it to Ostenar, we'll go ahead and take our bio break.
Woo.
Woo.
Hell yeah, brother.
I just come up on Ostenar and just fully.
Hey, buddy! How's it going?
I was told this is the proper greeting for your people.
Your people.
All humans.
Ah, yes, human greetings. I like it.
Ass slappage is a consistent human greeting, correct?
I learned this in the Feywild,
I
where all the regular people live.
Okay.
Try this. Try doing this.
Okay.
You do this, Mahal?
Why don't we just jump right back into it?
Jump right into it.
I've jumped.
Jump.
Shark.
into it.
It's a shark.
So, while the rest of you take your long rest, you can go ahead and mark that as the night for you passes without further incident. Koigrim, you run and run and run, kind of falling into that meditative, like, just feet pounding kind of space. Until you come to a ruined town kind of on the coast that I should probably drop all the players into. Oh, I did that. Okay, cool. There is like the smoke rising from a nearby cook fire along with some light music, which I definitely I remember which instrument he plays. I definitely
You got
remember it.
Yeah.
The
yes.
thing about it is that it's
Of
very
course.
special.
Searching the
Do not-
catalogs.
Do
of your
not
brain.
stop
brain.
the music.
Yeah, it's not-
Maintain
it's
the
really good.
music.
A mandolin.
Oh, I was gonna say Das
That's the
Flute.
best.
Das Flute.
Das Flute, oh
It is
yeah.
not Das Flute, but Das Flute.
Das Flute.
As you approach, do you just go right up to the source of the light and the music? Or
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're not. We have no self-preservation here.
Excellent. As you
Um,
approach,
Is there like a? I don't approach jogging. But I have a pretty good like hefty kind of a walk. Is there like another place to sit with this person?
yeah, actually.
Okay.
As
Yeah.
you
Immediately
approach,
plop down.
there is a man that is seated
Look at
there.
this gorgeous babe.
He kind of like takes note of you. He's kind of just laying back, kind of on his elbows, like playing lazily, and kind of like looks you up and down. So, are you Quinn's friend, or are we gonna have to tumble?
Yes, my name is Koigron. Quinn is the one who plays the Das Lute.
That he is. Well, I am very much glad to hear that you're friendly.
Hi.
You
Got the like the.
I just ran here. It's about a 4-hour run.
you just ran for 2 hours.
4.
4 hours.
3.5. I did get here sooner.
Jeez, he kind of looks down at his own like. He's kind of like this big, large man with like a little bit of a belly. Looks down at himself. Well, glad you're on my side.
Yeah, me too, actually. Quinn, spoke about you like you were a nice person, so.
Well, that's awfully kind of him. Quinny's always been a good kid. Takes after
they
his
are.
father.
I don't know much about Quinn's father. They don't talk about him much.
Oh, he was a good one. Ursier was his name. He was a good man. Done a great job on Quinny. That's for sure.
I can't remember if I introduced myself. Hi, I'm Koigron.
You did already.
Okay.
Here. He hands you like a flask of water.
Oh, thank you.
Just like gets like 3 big gulps into it and then realizes that he's very nearly emptied it all at once, and he's like, "Ugh. Sorry."
You're fine. You're fine. Takes it back. So, how, I presume, you know a little bit about Quinny's investigation? His task, more or less?
You know, it's kind of funny. I
met y'all in Moralbach, right?
Nero.
Nero, sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
I journeyed to Nero to meet up with somebody and give them some news of some family that was living in the southern port city on the western
Opal.
continent.
Was it Opal?
Opal.
Jesus. You been as
and,
far as Opal?
Oh, I'm from the desert on the western continent.
Jeez.
Just to the north where the mountains crest and begin to turn into sand.
Phew, brother, you come a long way.
It's kind of a habit it's turning out to be.
Say more.
So I met everyone a few weeks ago. Feels like longer. A few weeks ago in Terminus time.
Terminus time as opposed to some other kind.
He gets this like, just kind of goofy, kind of like, wow, this is getting really weird to describe.
Yeah, I was in the Feywild for 5 months, but only a couple of hours past here.
Feywild, huh?
It's a nice place.
How'd you wind up there?
I met up with these folks. They were meeting with the same person or staying with the same person that I needed to meet with, and they needed help. So I'd done everything that I needed to do. I delivered my message. I didn't have anything else to do for a while. So, I mean, I'm on my own search, of course. I think everyone's searching for something nowadays.
That is true.
But we met. They needed help. So I helped. And then they went to the Feywild to try and find one of our party members, special someone. And found them. And they all got sent back, but I needed to stay behind to take care of some business, and now I'm here.
That is quite a story.
Well, I don't know if I'm very good at telling it, but thank you.
Everyone's a storyteller, whether they know it or not. You mentioned you were looking for someone's on your own search.
Yeah. Told you that I used to live in the desert to the west. One day I woke up and my people were gone. No trace. Meals half finished. Clothes hung out to dry.
But not you.
Not me. I still don't know why.
Interesting.
My, betrothed was among those who disappeared. It's been
You got some
a
skin in the
year and a
game.
half. A bit. I miss her. But she's much stronger than I am. So, she should be fine.
Well, I hope you find him. I hope you find him in good shape.
Me as well. What brings you here?
Also looking for somebody's. One by one.
The Damer.
Damarcog.
That's the one.
That's the one. The Damarcog. I'm sure you've heard of us, Ancient Order Bards, do-gooders.
That's what Quinn says.
Yeah. Well, one by one we started going missing.
That's what Quinn
When-
says too.
Yeah. Well, now, problem is, it's just me and Quinn. All the others have been taken. I'm a traveler, you see. I've been trying to investigate this on my own as much as I can, but that's why we put Quinn up to the task. Because the rest of us, you see, we all got jobs. And Quinny's, well, newer to the order, less tied down than the rest of us. Has some more time on his hands.
I think Quinn could probably just follow their feet for the rest of their life and make a living.
Is that what you think?
I really like Quinn.
He's a good one.
Ooh.
He's a good one.
Hmm.
So, when... Well, Zilly's her name. She's the last one I was in contact with, the last one left, aside from Quinny. Her trail went dark. So, I figured, might as well. This should take precedent. I left from, well, I do a fair bit of traveling anyway, so call it for work.
Interesting. Well, all right.
Shall we get on our way?
Yes. I'm terribly sorry to impose. You wouldn't happen to have any leftover breakfast, would you?
I went ahead when I heard they were sending somebody. I went ahead and made a second portion. Help yourself, my friend.
You're saintly.
There is like a second hot meal that appears to have been prepared and is waiting for you.
He sits and just immediately he's about to. He gets it, puts it, takes a smell really quick. I'm gonna just I don't know, engage my chef feat to figure out if this is not tainted in any way.
Okay.
Hey.
Make and
Chef be engaged.
investigation check or survival, whichever you prefer.
Survival is definitely the one.
Go for it.
21.
Yeah. It appears bland. If you had to guess, you'd say it was maybe cleaned in water that is not the cleanest. But you don't detect anything that is outright harmful.
Nice. He takes that long deep breath and squints for a minute, then smiles and then digs in.
Cool. He just kind of is watching you as you're doing this, still playing.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Finish the meal.
One other thing that I forgot about, as the two of you begin your journey back, Quinn, you were handing off Ursir's book to May. Did you want to read through it again?
Sure. I don't know if I've read this before. It's a little long, so I'll try to get through it quickly.
It may be prudent to what's happening, so take your time.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone else has heard stuff that may be applicable or relevant. The leather cover of the
Take your time.
the leather cover of this small book is weathered and faded. The binding looks ready to break. Wherever this book came from, it is either very well loved or very old. The song speaks through me. It is in the beat of my heart. It is in the melody of my breath. It is a symphony in my veins. All things return to the song. The first note that was struck at the beginning of time, which reverberates even now into everything we love and honor and fear. The song is the beginning and the lifeblood of all. It sustains us and it drives us. It is wonder, with capitalized. It is desire. The song is the sound of the wish. All things return to the song. All things return to one. I was a younger man when I crafted the sacred instruments. I carried a frightful awe of the song and wished to know it, to sing it myself. I swore to my God and bore the word of truth and law. I spent long hours in dim temples and was driven by that calculating master law and my love of the song to craft the Dom, quite literally, the song. Oh, my naive ambition. I distributed these instruments, imbibed with the power of my master and guide, to the most knowledgeable and skilled bards throughout Terminus, but only those who were stout and strong of heart. It took many years to find them, but the Damerkog, the song-bearers, were born. It was a night of wind and rain that we gathered in the north, where the veil is thin and the song is loud. Our brothers, the word-bearers, were gathered elsewhere that night, far to the west. I would learn only too late of the massacre that awaited them at the gates of Balak. The calling of the word-bearers bothered us little. My brethren, my fellow bards, we had spent decades devoted to the song, learning its cadence and patterns even as it played on and on. Masters of the song, we thought ourselves. We sought to harness it. We sang and played it. We danced and we wept. We joined the song. Our voices became the rushing of the wind. Our feet became the beating of the rain. A lightless morning began to break after many hours of playing, and our eyes became the sun beyond the clouds. None of them still believed me. But I did feel it, the slightest edge of the full power of the song. My fingertips just grazed it, and would have found purchase had the song not suddenly stopped. Reality interrupted. The gates of Balak opened to unleash a sea of horrors. A string on my lute snapped. The one note of our song returned to many, and after a night of channeling the most powerful magic in this land or any other, we were simply 7 people soaked with rain. My connection to the song has since been severed. As was that of my brethren. I hear it always, and can never again sing along. It is worse than death. This was long ago. My fellows have scattered across the world. Our attempt was foolish, and the temptation of the power we nearly had is far too great. We decided unanimously, the Damerkog would endure, but never again will its members gather as we did. We will revere the song, not seek to conduct it. I am an old man now. I will remain here in Bromia and find a successor. The others will do the same in the dust of their lives. Beware, my loves. In the moment the song slipped from me, in the sound of the breaking, for the briefest moment, I heard the future, the sound of the great end, the Freljord to my people, heralded by a behemoth atop 3 great foul wishes: insight lacking wisdom, power lacking strength, and riches lacking wealth. Balak was the beginning. Whatever dark forces fall upon this land, they can never know the power of the song or the potential of the Damerkog. Sharp and heavy is the burden of a secret. Sorry, I burped. Though our journeys lead us far, we are united in the universal language of the arts. All things return to one. We all return to the song. Hefrak Arkog. First of his name, last of his line, song bearer and shade of Zinazar. That's the book.
That's the book.
Can I ask who actually wrote this?
It was signed Hefrog Arkog.
No. I mean,
no, for real.
no, like in real life.
IRL.
Hefrog Arkog did.
The man himself.
It was me.
That'd be great.
The Dum.
Some.
The Master of Dungeons.
Oh, yes.
It's almost like they're a writer.
Oh my god. You
So
can't
good.
prove it. It's
I
not like
would
they're
never
published.
guess.
It's not like they have a book out.
You can't prove
not
it.
not like their book isn't 5 feet away from me on the bookcase.
Koigrim's not there, so we didn't hear it, but. Okay,
Thanks.
anyway.
Now you read
so-
this. And Quinn. Yeah.
I've been reading it on
Hell yeah.
Sorry,
I guess
just
the
note
following
taking.
I guess the following morning Quinn will just like approach May. So what did you think?
Well, have you read this?
I've been reading it on and off, but I don't know. I feel like there's something here. There's like some kind of connection here, but I haven't been able to put it together.
Well, immediately what I thought was, There is a part in here about a behemoth atop 3 great foul wishes, which reminds me a little bit of the 4 uphold the 3 uphold the 1, which is
It seemed familiar. Was that something we had heard before?
yes. I am remembering.
It was in Sour's poem. It was in Sour's
Sour's.
notes.
Okay. Wow, Sour was a long time ago.
Right.
Almost a year ago.
Yeah, wow.
Shit.
Okay, the seminar. Sour. Socialite. Okay. Beam. That's too scattered. Okay. Yeah, the
You have about
The
1
4
hour before the others join you.
the 4 will uplift, the 3 will uplift the 1. The Baneland sails in on a tide of spirited blood. Maybe I can just pull up his actual thing. Because we took all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was just looking through all the journal stuff, and I didn't see anything.
There was an envelope on Sour's body.
Yes.
Pacha had information for you as well regarding Sour.
Envelope on Sour's body. Tunnel. Context says.
Where's the pest?
Last entry I heard from Mountain. Yeah, this is sort of, looking back over this letter is kind of what I was thinking about earlier last night. They knew where everyone was except for you, which is, why have they not gotten this guy?
We're all
Austin?
still sleeping.
Right.
I don't know. It took them a while to get Zilly too, and Zilly has been at the pools of innocence forever, basically. It's not like their presence there is well hidden.
That's fair.
But the first people to vanish were the people who lived just kind of remote lives, and then it was Irina, and she's the headmistress of the Blooming Rose.
Something else I thought about reading this Quinn, this Arcog. Well, he was the person who created these instruments.
Yeah.
And the loot was his. I thought you might be interested to know that.
I caught that, yeah. Do any of the I look at the loot. I pull the DOS loot out. Do any of the strings look different?
All the strings more or less look the same. You
Okay.
did see your father, restring it at times.
Okay.
Would you like to inspect it closer?
Sure. Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
I don't know if I've ever looked at my loot this in depth before. Holy shit, I'm rolling so hot tonight.
Jeez. It just means low rolls for the battle later.
For the fight, yeah,
Yeah.
for the big fight.
Wait.
Vampire.
Wait, no.
Chronal shift.
Wait.
Yeah, what you do see, this is an old instrument. There is a definitive little nick in the very top, like the head of the lute. Just a tiny little one, but it's definitive. aside from
Literally
you
a
know,
Nick. It's like
it's a
Well,
Nick.
Just
like
a little
Nick
me
is just
on
standing
up
there.
there.
He's
He's like, hey.
I've been here
Tap
this
dancing. Little
Uh,
did you know he was your metronome.
Quinn kind of shrugs and says, "I'm sure stronger people than me have done this, but I'm gonna try to cast bending on it,
Okay.
on that little Nick."
Nothing happens.
Okay. Yeah, figured. I imagine I'm not the first person to see this.
You know,
Oh yeah, we none of us thought to do that.
I must know the spell.
something else that he said was that the Demarcog will never again gather together. And that is exactly what we're doing right now.
I think that was like a metaphor. Because I'm pretty sure what he was saying was that because we gather every time a new member is inducted. We all get together, but I think he more was saying the Democrat will not gather to give voice to the song again, which I don't know what that is. I have never heard that before. Before this book, I mean.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the 4, I pulled the 3, I pulled the 1. That, I guess the maw, the gut, the eye, the hand have some sort of, these 3 wishes: insight lacking wisdom, power lacking strength, riches lacking wealth.
Riches lacking wealth is. I just don't know what it means, what it would look like.
Riches. I don't know either. Power lacking strength.
I have to assume we'd know it when we see it. I don't know.
Maybe it's not, In any event, I think that you're right. There is some relevance here, but
I don't know if we have all the pieces yet. You know who would have all the pieces? The rest of the Damarcog. Maybe.
or the maw.
Or them all. But we would need to talk to them to find out what they know.
And for everyone, something I've been thinking about. This factors in, I guess. Whatever these 4 entities are doing, they're working together now. But I think that this great behemoth, well, maybe I should say, I don't think that they are all working together to bring someone to rule them. I think they are working together to rule, and it will be one of them on the throne.
Do you think they're only working together so long as their objectives align? And then once it's all said and done and they sit on top, they're going to fight each other, for lack of a better phrase.
That's exactly what I think. I think that they are all in this with the understanding that it will be one of them. And I think that maybe there is something there that we can use.
Do you think we could successfully pit them against each other?
Well, I don't know what that would do. They are already bid against each other. But, I mean, we might be able to...
To a degree.
We could accelerate things.
It might accelerate something to give them all the Demarcog instruments.
I mean, if we tell one faction that we were sent to take them out by another faction, but we were hoping they would offer us something more.
What if we said Fallon was saying they were taking too long? And we're here to... The Hand is here to take over for what the Maw is failing to do. That would require us speaking to them, and I turn towards Demetrius. Is that going to be an issue?
If it ultimately means their undoing, then no. So long as I don't have to do the speaking.
That's fine. I'm probably better at it.
Undoubtedly.
Grace, did we get our long rest?
So you got your long
Yes.
rest. You have about 20-30 minutes before Koigram and Ostenar rejoin you.
Okay. I
If
think we
there's
should
anything
start.
you'd like to do.
Oh.
What do you think about the phrase, we gathered in the north?
It said they were by Vromia.
Well, it said that's where he was staying. Do you think
That's
that's where it is?
Let me check the map.
I mean, that is a reasonable assumption, but,
I'll pull it up here too.
you know, also, I think it mentioned something about where the veil was thin. And we know a place in the north where, there is a lot of crazy stuff going on with magic.
The Wild Magic Storm.
Right. If whatever this song is, I mean, it could be that too. I think Vromia is a good place to start, but just wanted to know what you thought.
Remind me where Vromia is again?
It's next to the burning tree, west of Labyrinth.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's ruins.
Right.
That's right, it got blown up.
It was abandoned.
Yeah. I think Vromia might be a good place to look. But we have a lot going on right now.
Sure, I just wanted your thoughts.
I think Vromia would be a better place to look than the Wild Magic Storms. Because at least Vromia is a location. Right?
Right, I mean, that is true. But, you know, I thought maybe with Fallon's, if you remember in the book that Fallon gave to Demetrius, there was mention of the Demarcog saying that they don't exist or no longer do. and also steering away from the wild magic storms.
Oh, right. Nothing interesting.
Those might be unconnected, but, maybe not. And I think we decided that that book was meant for Alistair Shaw, who is, as you said, trying to plan an expedition there.
Do you think we should try to get in on that?
Well, I think that is a possibility for the future. I mean, we are here now. But that was making me lean away from Veromia. I think it would be good to go there.
Yeah, I guess just turning to the rest of the party. What do we all think about going to the wild magic storms after this?
Considering Fallon didn't want us up there, I say let's do it.
Seems like the natural direction that our path is circling around.
Christopher,
I was muted.
you were not.
You weren't.
You were very much not.
Well, I thought I was.
Well, he had been doing good, so...
That's true.
Doesn't matter anymore. All out the window.
Do you all do anything else before Koigram and Ostenar arrive?
Okay, so here I have some. So before we meet Alstadar, just one thing real quick. He is a lot, okay, guys. I just want to make that very clear. This guy's a lot. He's a nice guy. He's been through a lot. I think. I'm not sure exactly, but just be ready. Just be ready.
How long until Ostenar gets here? Like
20, 15 minutes.
Okay. Do you trust him, Quinn?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ritual cast. Fucking augury. And with my course of action being to implicitly trust Ostenar
Okay.
and see what kind of results I get, and break out the fucking tea set.
Okay. I'll pull up the spell augury real quick.
Time wizard augur.
It's wheel and woe.
Wheel and woe.
It's
Okay.
always
Whoa,
wheel and woe.
wee whoa whoa wheel.
Don't you-
We whoa.
Wee whoa whoa
Wee
wheel.
We will
Okay.
wheel and woe.
So, as you do this, you drink the tea. It's nasty. It's bitter. You get a very definitive whoa. Maybe it's just your eyes.
I call Quinn over.
Quinn's finishing backing up. Normally, he's much more dour than he usually is as he comes over.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do not trust him, Quinn. She'll show the cup. It doesn't mean anything to you, but it does to me. She'll just like wash it out real quick. Pack it up.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what it means, but I know that trusting him is not good.
Celine will hide before they come.
All right, make a stealth check.
Rocky also says,
I almost rolled a natural 20, and I'm sad.
nice 25. Rocky also says, you know, Quinn, when I asked whether or not they were spy, I didn't mean were you getting messages from someone pretending to be them, but maybe they're a plant in your organization. Like maybe they themselves may not be true.
No, I've
How else
met
would they have
Austin.
gotten everyone's locations?
Quinn,
All I'm saying is it's very suspicious that he has not been caught yet, and then suddenly he is here. How did he know to come here and to message you literally within 12 to 24 hours after we suddenly got here through a portal? It's kind of suspicious. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he's kind of suspicious.
I hadn't heard from him, and he's never messaged me before.
Also suspicious then?
all I'm saying is, Quinn, my cup doesn't lie, and people do.
I'm gonna make a meme of May like sipping the tea, the Kermit meme, like
Tea.
that's not my business.
Well, and it should also be like the tea never lies.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what I mean, it's just your cup saying that he's bad. I don't
Just
And my
the
guts.
disrespect.
The cup saying not to trust him implicitly.
Right.
What about explicitly?
I don't know if he's good or bad, Quinn. I'm just saying. We cannot put all of our faith in him. Do not trust him.
Okay, I can figure something out.
Just keep a critical mind.
Okay.
Demetrius is going, like, as they're kind of talking, like, Demetrius is going to go over and just try to catch May's eye. And just, like, kind of looks down towards his gun. And then just looks back up towards you and kind of, like, raises an eyebrow.
She'll just kind of like just give like a little shake. No.
Demetrius nods.
Rocky's like, well, maybe.
Anything else? Okay. Koigrim, Ostner has been more or less talking your ear off this entire trek, asking plenty of questions, very, very curious about just like your journey, telling you just like old stories. Is there anything in particular that you wish to talk about as you approach?
I think that like Koigrim would share in like the world travels. Like, did you ever meet with the people on the, what are they, the salt flats, like on the eastern edge of the western continent in the south?
Sedaya.
Oh my gosh, they're some wild people. They were really nice to me eventually, but they were really careful. That's crazy. Like, oh my gosh. And then like his experiences, and like yeah, in Opal, I kind of got caught with the Thieves Guild, and like I didn't really understand everything at the time, and like so I had to like pay stuff off, and I had to stay there for a while. So I met some cool people, and it was nice. I got taken advantage of a lot in the beginning, like just like voluntary, like good small talk that has substance.
He
in the
reflects a knowledge of each place that you mention and asks about
Nice.
certain monuments, if you went to certain taverns, that kind of thing.
Some of them he did, some of them he didn't, for sure. Oftentimes it was like, if he didn't have someone that took him in to show him around, he kind of kept to himself, to a degree.
Sure.
In the back of Koigrim's mind, there's like this little itch that's just like, don't tell him anything that is valuable. Don't tell him anything that he could use against you.
The
And it's not a
voices are
personal
kinda-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like specific to him. This is just like, this is being informed by Koigrim's experiences being taken advantage of and having told people things that he confided in them or trusted them with,
Mhm.
and then were later maybe used to like coerce him or blackmail or that kind of thing.
He's
He's very
ask you
willing.
plenty about
Sure.
your tribe. Whether or not you
Um,
choose to disclose any of that is up to you.
I think that I wouldn't disclose culturally significant stuff. Would disclose like day-to-day operations and things like that.
Are you carrying your cup?
I left my jug
Okay.
with the folks.
Okay.
And I don't think I'll mention the purification rituals that we would do.
Okay. He just engages you in friendly conversation the whole time.
Same. Yeah. Pleasant.
Yeah. The rest of you hear kind of voices. One softer and more fluid and careful. The other loud and boisterous and nearly nonstop. As two figures kind of approach through the grasses.
It's interesting.
Quinny!
Yeah, Quinn's gonna rush out towards him. Just give,
Mid-sentence with you, Koigrim, he like takes off and starts like
No
fast
worries.
walking
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
Quinn.
He's, fair.
I'm gonna hug him.
He clasps you in real tight in that big Austenar hug. This is a tall, large, wide man, in every sense of the word. I'll put his photograph up one more time.
From where Celine is hiding, she is hyper fixating on like every little like micro expression, every small like gesture movement that Alstanar is making.
Okay. Make an insight check.
Sure.
Anyone that
trees
wants
doing?
to do that, you're welcome to. The trees.
Yeah.
Ooh, make a roll a d100, please.
All right.
Wah, wah.
Rocky
Wait.
got a 19 on insight.
Beautiful.
Not only trying to be insightful, but also just trying to see if he like lingers on anything as far as like his hands, like necklaces, reaches into like making sure he doesn't like cast spells, like
Sure.
trying to see if he like reaches
Anything
into
literal.
pouches or pockets for like spell components or something like that.
Sure.
Anything sneaky.
So far, so good. Rocky and Celine. He seems mostly very grateful and excited and happy to see Quinn.
Okay.
And he kind of like big hands, like pats you on the shoulders, like sides of the arms, cups your face. Quinny, how you been? Oh my god, I feel like it's been. How long's it been?
It's been, I think, a year and a half at this point.
Too long.
Too long.
I keep changing my voice for him.
It has been too long. Are you okay? Have you been threatened or attacked by anybody?
I've been just fine. I just been hanging out by the coast. It's like a vacation.
Mm.
And these fine folk, are these your friends?
Yes, these are my friends. I introduced Ostenar to everybody
Everybody.
one by one.
Nice to meet y'all. Everyone that will take it, he walks up and like offers this big old handshake. Does anyone accept it?
Demetrius will extend his mechanical hand.
Yeah, he grips it. Oh, firm grip you got there.
Just kind of lightly smiles.
May will take it kind of like dead fish style.
Yeah. He does like the from below thing.
I would say that Rocky also takes the hand, but can I also do the detect thoughts?
Yeah, sure. Are there noticeable components to cast that?
Both somatic and material.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm gonna use my subtle spell ability and my meta magic for that and subtle spell it.
Wonderful.
Say sorcery point. Where are my points?
Where are my dragons?
Where are my dragons?
Your gits.
My dragon.
Dragons.
My dragon.
I like that.
I don't know what we're doing.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Oh,
Candy Mountain, Candy
Mountain.
What's
As
the
you go to kind of worm your way into his mind a little bit, just on the surface level, it's like you hit a wall.
Is it similar to the wall that I experienced when I was invading? What's her face's mind? Oh my god, her name's
Fallon?
Fallon.
Fallon.
It is different from that one. With Fallon, you did connect with something. Something
But I
that
mean,
was
is
not
like
Fallon.
the wall type feel similar?
No.
Okay.
It feels like you just hit like a brick wall. There's nothing there. Something is blocking entry. It's not a separate thing that you're contacting instead of Ostenar, like what happened with Fallon, but it looks
It's-
like
Well-
his mind is protected.
I'm
He
not
has
saying that
he has
that's
no wall.
suspicious. I would say that, you know, the people of Demarcog are probably trained specifically to protect their minds from invasion of thoughts, so it's probably not abnormal for that to be happening, but a little abnormal that it's happening among friends. Rocky, like, kind of like holds their hand just a little too long and a little too firmly, and like slightly squints their eyes, and then lets go, and then breaks eye contact and walks back over to me.
And are you a model?
Rocky doesn't respond.
Looks like she could be a model. Anyway, pleasure to meet y'all's acquaintance. Koigram here is a tank. There's a respectable man. Jeez. Record time. Jeez.
Thanks.
How did you?
Just sweat, just like so much. It's ridiculous.
How did Austin, or how did you know to come here? What directed you here?
Well, I was kind of doing some of my own research, and I figured I did hear a little bit about the history of this island, and knew that there were, well, a history of our order or people associated with our order being here, setting up shop. Figured it was an alright place to start.
How long have you been here?
Not long. I had just gotten here. About the previous around 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Would you go by boat?
Yeah.
Brought you?
Hmm?
Who brought you? Who would be willing to?
I paddled myself. Can you believe it?
Did I see a boat?
Yeah, you would have seen like a small kind of thing.
Sure.
It's like a really big river, though. Like a really big river.
It's like a stretch of ocean to get here.
It's a straight,
So it's like
right?
a straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
kind of.
I mean,
You could
people
do
could
it.
swim across those, but
I mean,
Someone could.
They sure could.
Maybe someone has.
Maybe someone has.
The Tritons do.
It's true.
It's true.
But I was doing a little bit of my own research. I heard something about Maw Handgut.
Yeah.
Didn't hear much.
We're on a similar sort of a similar trajectory.
I figured
How'd you
if
hear
there were any answers about what folks might want with us, maybe answers would be here.
Well, good news. I'm pretty sure everyone is here.
Everyone's here.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. Shit.
I
Better at this than I am.
Whenever he's like being surprised about everybody being here, can I just insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm also curious how careful he's being with what he says. Like the periods of silence and like kind of floundering to explain. Does that seem genuine, or does it seem like
You could
I'm
also
being
make
very
an insight
particular?
check.
Okay.
He is hard to read.
Hmm.
It looks like surprised. Koigrim too, he is kind of hard to read. But
Fucking
he
bard.
looks to be forthright-ish. He has kind of this like scattered just way of speaking,
Sure.
but doesn't look like he's outright lying or avoiding talking about anything.
Well, he didn't poison me, so there's that.
Great.
I know that they were searching for members of the Damercog and specifically our instruments.
Our instruments.
Yeah. I left mine on the Feywild.
Make a deception check.
Okay.
And anyone that's watching, make an insight.
Oh, watch me fail at this insight.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. I believe I have the thing. Let me double check.
Hey, hey,
Hey.
Nice.
hey.
Demetrius, as a liar,
As a liar, I can see through this horse shit.
So it's a minimum of I can only roll a minimum of 19.
Okay.
Just so you know. Because I'm a eloquence bard.
Additionally, well, actually, never mind. That's for me, and I'm not lying.
19.
Never
you said?
mind.
19.
Okay. Demetrius.
Hi, Demetrius here.
And Koigrim. There is a moment of brief surprise on his face.
hold on.
Yeah.
I rolled a 14, and technically, Quinn has a 19, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think that was for
Are
me
you
though.
inciting?
You're inciting his reaction to Quinn's statement.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Koigrim and Demetrius. Ostinar's eyes. He looks like Koigrim for the first time. He looks a little bit to you caught off guard. But then his eyes kind of level, and he does a quick scan. You see Demetrius over everyone's, just what they're carrying. Not landing anywhere, but he just does a quick, like, not with his full head, but like with his eyes over everyone's pockets, bags, purses.
I'd like to make, if possible, just the subtlest of move of the gun by his side. I just shifted a little closer towards him.
All right. Are you trying to be intimidating with this, or is it just a detail?
It's whatever he wants to interpret it as,
Beautiful. That's fine.
if he even sees it.
That's fair.
Could I also possibly, so when I went to go shake his hand, maybe this is a little retcon. I didn't know that I could do this with this item, but I was looking at it a second ago about other things.
Okay.
For the ring that I have, it has the ability to let me use an action to make the ring invisible until I use another action to make it visible,
Okay.
or until I remove it or I die.
So you'd like to make it invisible?
Yeah, so before I shook his hand, I made the ring completely invisible.
That's fine. Yeah.
Has he seen? And he hasn't seen me, right?
That's a great question. Let me see. I'm making my own checks off to the side here.
Koigrim would like to kind of jog over to Rocky and be like,
Hey, do you have the special bag thing that I could get my stuff maybe?
I rolled a
Rocky-
25 for stealth, by the way. Just
Under
Yeah.
Rocky's breath, Rocky says, "Of course, I've got everything for you. Don't worry about it." But then, like, gives a very meaningful glance at Koigrim, like, "Don't ask about where," kind of a meaningful glance.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Let me know if you need it.
There's a couple things that I definitely would like. There's
Okay,
you remember one of the jug, there was a jug.
Yeah. So Rocky grabs Koigrim by the arm and drags them away, so that they're like out of line of sight, so that they can dig into their. They don't want this guy to know that they have bag of holding.
okay, yeah, sure, yeah, it's fine.
Beautiful.
Don't care if they're being suspicious, but they just don't want them to actually see what it is that they're using.
Still be suspicious.
I figured that if they were looking for it and I wasn't on this plane of existence, then they would be able to get it. So
That's probably true. I mean,
Yeah.
that's smart thinking. What
Thanks.
do you know so far? Or, like, do you know where they are?
no, I don't know where they are yet. I think we're close. I think they were like kind of centrally located.
Alright.
Did you bring your instrument?
Oh, yeah, I got it right here. His mandolin is strapped on his hip.
I would like to inspect it, please.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation or perception check, depending on.
I'll do
whichever.
perception.
Yeah.
Six.
I mean, you've only seen it once before,
Yeah.
but to your inspection, this does look like the Knaith mandolin.
Okay. Ostenar, I think
Yeah.
I think we're a little justified in being skeptical. Are we not?
Skeptical of what, Quinny?
Of you.
Me? Well, why is that?
Well, you just kind of showed up here just in time after we fought a bunch of vampires already. So
You fought-
the vampires,
What now?
they likely know we're here. The Maw.
I see.
I just wanted to insight check his reaction to that.
Sure. Go ahead.
God damn it.
As he's kind of also just kind of what Demetrius is going to assume, like taking the lead from Quinn. Demetrius is just going to kind of sigh and now not completely level the gun at him, but he's going to now grasp it in two hands and is just going to stare at him like just dead-eyed.
His eyes flick down to the gun, up to you, and then back to Quinn. Skeptical of me? I mean, is there anything I can say? I want to find everyone just like you do.
I know. I just... I hate being like this. I want to believe you. I want to believe that it's you, and I want to believe that it's all true. But I have to be realistic, and I have to be protective.
No, that's fair. I'm sorry. I understand. Hopefully it doesn't
If
come
you-
to it, but if there is any sort of tangle, I mean, you know I have your back. And if you don't know it, well, I'll show you. Good to know that there's vampires here. You had a lot of people disappoint you recently?
It's been a rough couple of days.
Sure.
It's hard not to assume the worst.
That's what makes the Damercog, Quinny. We see the best. And when it isn't there to see, we make it. Hey. It's us, right?
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Can I make
too.
an insight?
Yeah.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure.
Poigram would like to just kind of reapproach the group after getting all of his stuff in a secret way.
Yeah.
That's big. It's big numbers.
It's big.
I'm not pumpkining.
You're pumpkining.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm looking at my headshots. Leave me alone.
It's okay. We're not in the middle of anything.
We might as well call it hot shots.
Just have to do something.
honestly,
Do whatever
Selena's
you
just
want.
in a bush. Selena's just in a bush texting.
That is
God,
that
they
is-
fucking talk
On their
so
fucking
much.
sending stone.
that is
Yeah, I'm just like here, hanging out.
that is the most flavorful nat 20 I think I've ever rolled.
That was spicy.
Delicious.
Just checking something real quick.
Everyone trying to read it. Oh man, so good. Oh fuck.
That was cinematic.
Is that charm?
It is. I seize him.
Oh shit.
Oh, you seized him?
I seize
Seize
him.
the day.
You seized him and so
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm looking for something very. Oh, okay.
Oh, you're good.
Found it.
You mean you don't have every single fucking detail about everything in the world memorized? How dare you?
All right, Quinn.
Yeah.
You hate it, but you recognize when someone's lying through their teeth. He just still
I
has his
am-
hand on your shoulder.
I'm gonna push my luck.
Celine at this point is like,
You
What
Where
was he
are
about to
we?
do?
you're right. It's just us. And then I'm going to cast Charm Person.
But
As
Oh.
the spell takes form in your mouth, there's a glint in his eye. Come on
Oh.
now. As the spell fades. It is there
bro.
that we will call it for
Oh.
tonight.
What a-
Fuck.
What
And
a
pick up next
fucking
session.
Holy cow.
blue balling me to death over here.
Oh my god.
It's that time, right? I'm not an hour early.
No,
Oh, yeah.
No, it's an hour early. Oh.